I'm great. I am alive. I am so glad to be here. Thank you,
I'm
Meir.
so happy to see you. Very,
Well,
very
wow.
nice. Where
It's
are
so
you?
I'm based in London, England, in
Ah,
UK,
nice, nice.
and it's I've not met you, but you have already made an impact in my life in ways I cannot even imagine. That is the beauty. I'm waiting to meet you, but I know that when I meet you, it'll be like there's nothing different. I already know you.
Yeah, we already
That's
know each other.
We already know
Yeah.
each other. It's so
We spent
it's
so much time together, although we never met each other.
no, exactly. That is so powerful. Well,
Yeah.
I want to introduce you in the way where I've understood how I've seen you, how I have known you for the last 4 years. This is Mir, and I met Mir through my business coach Raymond Aaron, and introduced you as a spiritual coach. And I got in touch with you, and I when I learn about your spiritual concepts, I didn't understand. It was too steep. It was all going all over my head, and I somehow saw your life. I saw you were married for more than 30 years, and you had a beautiful family. You're so successful in business. Everything you do is you do it with elegance, you do it with professional, you do it so amazingly. And I'm like, wow, I want to know what he knows. Like, how can I know his secret? How can I get that? Because
Yeah.
I was brought up in a way that I can't have money. If I have money, I can't have the happiness and life. It was money was always the root of all evil. Those were all the concepts I was brought up with. Those were the upbringing from the culture I came from. And when I saw you, I was like, okay, it's possible. I can do something about it. And Mir, you have sold a company for $100 million when you're in your early 30s. You now own, I saw in your post, I think you have your own diamond exchange. You have beautiful family. You do a bit of adventure yourself, bungee jumping, you do kite surfing. And I'm like, hey, I want his, like, I have glimpses of his life. I want to know how Mir does it continuously. Like, how can I have that? And that's Mir. And I'm so glad I met you. I'm so glad I had the patience to stay with you for longer to just understand you. And
Thank you.
I'm so glad. Mir, you're amazing.
Thank you. You are amazing. It takes one to know one.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks for uh, agreeing to be interviewed by me. Like, I have a few questions which I want to ask you. Just three questions. The
No
first
problem.
question is, I you taught me spirituality. You helped me implement spirituality. I want to know what is your definition of spirituality. What is spirituality to you, and how is your view on spirituality different to all the spirit the leaders who teach spirituality right now? And because yours works, I have read so many books, but when I just sat on one webinar, I was like, this makes sense. I can apply it in my life right now. Like, how? So I want to know your definition of spirituality.
Okay. So, let's look at knowledge as a overall thing. When you know, you bring result, and you bring result immediately. So if you don't have result, or if it takes time, what you're doing is incorrect. So the best thing, the most accurate knowledge would be something that you learn, you apply, you get result. But if someone tell you, well, you need to learn for 20 years, and after 20 years, you may get some result. Well, it's depend who you are, and it's depend who that, then probably that guy have result or whatever. I don't know anything, but I know that for me, as someone that learned, it doesn't make sense. For me, if something is true, if something is workable, you learn it, you get result, result, result. Every lesson you get an improvement. Every lesson there is an actual, measurable, factual result. Why? Because spirituality is the subject of getting the spirit to bring about something out of nothing in the physical universe. So it is the subject of bringing something out of nothing in the spiritual universe. And if you don't bring the something, then it's not spirituality. And if it is to do with something, which means, let's say, I need a crystal in order to bring a result, it's not spirituality. And if I need some special screwdriver to bring a result, it's not spirituality, because spirituality is the spirit is the nothingness that has the ability to bring any somethingness.
Wow.
Now, of course, there's a lot to understand in what I've just said, yes? Because you need to understand what does it mean something. You need to understand what does it mean nothing. And for the usual person that never actually sat down and actually looked and says, okay, so what does it mean a spirit? Not what the spirit does. What's the definition of the word spirit? Where is the spirit? How do I measure the spirit? Why do I have a spirit, or I am a spirit, or who is the spirit, and how many spirits there are? And when you never had this question answered to yourself, not by someone else, answered to yourself, so you know it's true, not because someone told you and you're a parrot and you're repeating what you heard. When you don't have that, you're not spiritual, and you will deal with the effort that is called the physical universe, and your life will just go down, even if you are successful.
Wow. Wow.
So
I
that's
beautifully said.
spirituality.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
Okay. Like,
Just say
why?
hello to people that join us. Hi,
I have.
Shaked. Nice to see you. Yes. And Swapna, hello. Hi, nice to see you. And Umara, very nice to see you. And I think that you should start a watch group in Facebook. What do you say?
Yes. Do that. Let's go. I am just doing that.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do.
Where is
Starting a
that?
watch.
Let's.
Very good. And we are on Facebook, and we are on Instagram, and we are on Twitter and on YouTube. And we now transmitting in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different
Okay.
channels. And it will be this show will
Can you hear
become a
me?
podcast within a day or two. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Good. I think my connection is a bit. I will do the thing.
Ah, yeah. Okay, I can see that your connection is a little bit. Okay, no problem. Let's continue. What's the next
Okay.
question?
So next question is this during this time of hysteria, during this time of crazy panic. Yes, there are people's lives on all three aspects: relationship, health, and wealth has been affected, has been confronted, has been shaken, both.
Yeah,
So what would be your advice to someone how they can handle their current wealth, health, and relationship, and how can they grow it, or even try successfully grow it,
yeah,
like just
yeah,
just to having it.
yeah. So first of all, there's two parts to the pandemic. There is the coronavirus, and there is the handling of the coronavirus. Okay, so the coronavirus is a virus like any other virus. There are many, many, many different kind of viruses. And I don't think that the coronavirus is the most dangerous virus in the universe. I think the most dangerous virus in the universe is actually fear. Fear is the worst virus, because fear kills more people than all the viruses combined. Why? Because fear is a state where you don't perceive, and when you don't perceive, of course, you cannot see. So if you cannot see, you cannot handle what's in front of you. So the problem that we have is a problem of um, a whole society that has been bombarded with bad news, and been promised that the situation is really, 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 really bad by a lot of very important people. And most people, when they hear something many times, they believe that it's true. They
Yes.
really believe that it's true, although it doesn't make sense. And why do I say it doesn't make sense? Because when you are afraid of dying in a universe that everyone dies in, it's quite funny. It's really quite funny. Now people say, yeah, but but this is dangerous. Well, the truth is that it's not actually so dangerous as car accidents, for example. Just to give you numbers, um, during the last 6 months, where most of the universe has been shut down, there were about 250, 300,000 people that died from car accidents, more or less. The last time that I've checked, I think it was something like 250,000. And this is when everyone was on lockdown. The fuel consumption around the globe was 10% of the normal. So usually it will be 10 times more, but let's say that it's not 10 times more, it's 3 times more. Okay. So while no one used cars, 250,000 people died. And in a usual time, they are more or less between 500,000 to 750,000 people that will die during that same period. So actually, if you look number wise, and if you look statistic wise, just number wise, the pandemic done very good. It saved a lot of lives. People don't go to hospital. Less people die due to hospital related problems. People are basically are afraid, so afraid to die that they will die. Why? Because this virus it hurt only people that have a weak immune system. This virus hurt only people that has a weak immune system. Now, what weaken your immune system? Number one is fear, is your state of mind. When your state of mind is terrible, you are more susceptible to become sick, not only from the virus, from anything, not only from the
You're right.
coronavirus. What affect your state of mind is not going out and being in the sun. The coronavirus, they put everyone in close in the home so they don't go into the sun, so they don't get vitamin B. What causes someone to get any virus or to become sick? When you eat unhealthy, when everyone is closed in a room and sitting in front of Netflix all day long, the food is not the best thing that happened. People put on weight, people get their health actually deteriorated, so they become more susceptible to become sick. Now, you add to that that there is this ingenious idea of putting mask. Now, what is the mask? The mask is something that's supposed to stop viruses, yes? But of course, it doesn't stop the viruses. So people say, yes, but when I'm talking, maybe the saliva go and yes, that's wonderful. So I saw people coming into restaurants, and when you go into the restaurant, you need to be with a mask. But when you sit, you don't. But if you go to the restroom, you have to put it on. So the virus obviously know that when you sit, it doesn't attack you, and when you stand, it attack you. Yes.
Yes. Virus is
And
very
then
smart.
yeah, it's very smart. It's a smart virus. And then you have this wonderful thing that you breathe no oxygen, or the level of oxygen drop below a dangerous level. So why people breathe? Because they take clean air, of hopefully, and then they breathe out all the toxin. So what the mask do? The mask makes sure that you breathe in all your own toxin all day long. So you will not die. You will not get the virus, but you will die from the virus. Why? Because when you breathe toxin all day long, your immune system become weak. And
Wow.
then they say, well, what you need to do is to clean the surfaces, to clean the surfaces. So they clean some of the surfaces. And number one, never mind that really the only way for a person to live in an environment is to deal with all the germs and all the dirt. So you develop resistance to it. So if you clean all day long, you make yourself even more susceptible to viruses.
That is
So
crazy.
it's really crazy. It's really crazy. But then never mind. Let's say that I went to that to BMW I gave my car to service, and so they go in and they give me a pen, and before they give me the pen, they clean the pen very nasty. But then they gave me a piece of cardboard, a board to sign my name and what time I came in, and no, and they gave it to me, but they didn't clean that. But the pen was clean. You understand? And then there's this perspex things, this clear separation that they put on, so you will not somehow affect that person that in front of you. But everyone looks around it because it's not natural for people to be separated. They want to
Yeah.
communicate. And then they say, well, you need social distancing, which is like, what do you mean social distancing? Not to be in communication with each other? So let's die. So if you want to live alone, if you think that to live in a social distancing is a way of living, it's better to die, because that's
Wow.
what people do. They get together. And it sounds maybe extreme, but it's true. What will kill you is the social distancing. What will kill you is being locked in a house. What will kill you is putting the mask. What will kill you is dusting. Now, I'm not telling anyone to do anything illegal, but I do tell you to open your eyes and to look for yourself. Just open your eyes and look for yourself. Does it make sense? And if it doesn't make sense, just don't agree. Do what the laws say, but make your opinion known. Don't agree. Use
Wow.
common sense. You don't need to be a doctor. You don't need to be a scientist. You don't need to be anything. Just have a look, and you will see that what they say do not make sense. It is okay to go to a hairdresser, but not to the gym. But it's okay to go to a synagogue, but not. The level of stupidity is beyond. Wow. So if you go to the gym, you become more fit, more able to handle diseases because your immune system improved. So that we will not allow you to do. But to go to eat in McDonald's, we will allow you to do.
That is funny. Oh my God.
Understand? It's like the level of wow. I don't want to call it stupid because I don't want to give compliments to whoever make the decisions. So that's what it is.
Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Now, that is amazing. That the view, what you said, is just simple. It's not too common, but even though it's the so
Understand?
now because of all this fear, you asked me because of your beautiful explanation of what you see, you've added one more question to my question. So there's four questions now. Okay.
Probably.
So now what would you tell me if I understand, okay, get now I want to see what's the reality, I want to take action, and but now for the last few months I have agreed, I have just uh, realized everything what I'm doing is right. Like, okay, I've been watching the news, I'm watching Netflix, I am I'm eating all the junk food, I'm I'm okay with this life. So if I want to
Mhm.
come out of that self-imposed reality, if I want to create a new one, like I have to overcome my own fears, I have to overcome my new laziness, I have to overcome my procrastination. What would you tell me to do that? How would I do that,
Okay.
overcome that?
So first of all, realize the first thing is to realize that it's not okay. It's not okay. It's just the first thing is to realize, look, this is not okay. It's not right. It's not right to be afraid. It's not right to be afraid. Who makes someone afraid? The enemy. The enemy wants That, like, if I'm in a war with you, I want you to be afraid of me. Yes. So if
Yes.
someone make you afraid, it's not okay. So first of all, it's not okay to be to accept someone to make you afraid. Is basically, you need to know, whoever tell you that on the media, they're your enemy.
Wow.
Why? How do you know if someone is your enemy? He wants to make you afraid. He wants to make you smaller. He wants to make you more susceptible, more agreeable to suggestions. That's basically the purpose. Yes. So number one, if someone tell you be afraid, be afraid, be afraid, you need to know this person is not good for you. Okay, so you need to know that's not okay. You need to be productive. You need to create your own future. You must not rely on the money that the government gives you, because it makes you into a non-productive person, and that's when you die. People die when they retire. People die when they don't produce. People go crazy when they don't produce.
Wow.
So, number one, decide this is not okay. Number two, look around and say, what can I do right now? What can I create right now? So, you start with a simple thing like putting a schedule. Okay, you don't have a job yet, you cannot go out, but put a schedule. I'm going to clean the house at that time. I'm going to study at that time. I'm going to exercise at that time, even if it's at home. I'm going to exercise at that time. And you put a fixed schedule, at least few hours of the day, put into a few fixed schedule. That's just simple schedule. Okay, and you start to do that a few days, and you put this fixed schedule, and then you increase the gradient, and you say, okay, fine, so now I'm going to fix my eating habit, and you improve your eating habit. And so you exercise, you eat better, and you very quickly need to decide that you're making a list of what's right and what's wrong. Now, how do you know what's right and what's wrong? You look at something to know if something is right. Is not right and wrong has nothing to do with truth and false. Yes, right and wrong mean the greatest survival to the greatest number of people or things. What do I mean? You look and you say, okay, fine, let's see. So they tell me that I must be in quarantine. Let's see who is it helping. It may be helping me. Maybe I will not get the virus, but I still have so much contact with the outside world. But okay, maybe it's helping me. Maybe it's helping another person, and my neighbors or people that may meet me. Okay, good. Now, who does it hurt? It hurts all the businesses and the owners and the people that work with them and everyone that I used to do business with. It hurts all the people that I used to be in contact with that now I'm not in contact with. It hurts my own family because they now looking at me and they also are not productive. It hurts so many more people and things than what it hurt, than what it helped, that I know it's incorrect. So you look how much
Wow.
good it's doing versus how much bad, and that's how you define if it's correct or not. You don't look is how dangerous it is. Because if I would look at how dangerous it is, I will never go to war. I will never protect my children. I will never protect my family. I will never protect what I believe at, because it's dangerous. And that's really what a coward do. A coward look at what's dangerous. Is he going to get hurt? He doesn't look at what is right. And I say that what I expect from people, and I believe that people actually want to do the right thing. And I believe that people are not cowards. And I believe that most people will look and say, if they will just look, they will understand that the right thing to do is not to be afraid, but to look at the danger in the eye and say, I'm doing what I'm doing because this is what is needed. It does
Wow.
not make sense to close the whole country, the whole universe for months and months. It's not sustainable. It does not make sense. So I
Wow.
do what it takes. Like, it doesn't make sense to allow another country to come and take our land. So I go and fight. It's dangerous for sure, but I go and fight. And sometimes you fight another country, sometimes you fight a virus, and sometimes you fight a competition, but you take the risk and you do what it takes. And otherwise, you are a useless coward. And useless cowards don't bring results, and no one trusts them. And they are just a baggage, they are just something that the society have to suffer with. And don't allow the government to make you into a useless coward. That's really what I'm saying. Don't allow the government to make you into a useless coward. So you start to produce, you make a list of what you can do, and you start to find ways to make, to contribute, not to make money so much. I mean, you will make money, but the key here, you need to contribute to society. You need to contribute to society. You need to find a way to contribute, even in a small way. Even
Wow.
if you
That
write down and say, look, I don't agree with this nonsense, you're contributing to society. What's happening right now is not okay. You don't need to be a genius or a doctor or anything to understand that it's not logical. It's not logical. It's really not logical. And if you agree to do illogical things, you will see that you will agree at the beginning to do small illogical things. And later on, you will agree to very big illogical things. You'll see that people that agree with small crimes will agree with big crimes. People that
wow.
agree with
That's
small stupidity will agree with huge stupidity. People that agree that a politician will lie once, they agree that politician lie all the time. So you need to decide, are you going to agree with those things and by that contribute, or are you going to say, I'm not a coward? I don't agree because I'm
wow.
not a coward. Because the question right now is, are you a coward or not? Are you afraid of the virus? Are you afraid of the war? Or are you going to protect what's valuable for mankind, which is production, which is um, expansion, which is life, which is communication? Are you going to be a coward and hide in your home? Or are you going to go out and say, the hell with the virus? You want to fight with me? Let me show you.
My God, that is amazing. I understand it. I get it. It's but the way you explain it in the right gradient is beautiful. That's amazing. Yeah, thank you. Okay, now the final question. Now, it's something which you have taught me, which has really helped me have a beautiful relationship with my wife because I saw your family. I saw how you have, like, because when I entered the business, I saw, I entered the business as a speaker and as a coach, and I saw a lot of them have had one or two divorces. I've had one or two failed marriages. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Like, is that what the reality is? Is that what success is? But then I was introduced to you and I was like, whoa. So there is possible. So you know what is relationship. You have taught me about relationship. You have, and that I have applied with my wife and with my daughter. It's just beautiful. And
Yeah.
and I know that it's relationships are easy to strengthen and are easy to break. That it's both. It's pleasant. It's both. It's fun.
Yeah.
But for someone who, tell me, I still find it difficult to handle relationships which have been broken for a long time. How can I go back and mend old relationships or like come back? What would I do? Because in this time, because everyone is in different, because of coronavirus, because of this, everyone's taken their corners, everyone has taken their viewpoints. If they've
Mhm.
taken one, there are a lot of conflicting viewpoints in many aspects of life, and I can see that in my family, I can see that in my friends, and even one opinion is conflicted with different viewpoint, battle arguments, and need
Yeah.
to be right.
Yeah.
So at this time, to mend relationships, how would you recommend to mend relationships, to go back and
Okay. So the first thing, in order for you to fix a relationship, you need to know something very basic. The very basic thing is that to break a relationship, you need at least two people. Usually three, but you need at least two people. Okay? To fix them, you need one.
Wow.
The first thing you need to know to fix a relationship, one of the people in the relationship need to decide that he's going to fix it. Okay? Now, once you know it, the key to handle relationship is to understand that people have viewpoints. And if you cannot grant a person the the beingness, the gratitude, the importance of having his viewpoint, even if his viewpoint is totally opposite to yours. If you cannot grant another person that right to have a viewpoint, what you do, you're making yourself blind. Why? Why? Let's say that in the whole universe there's 8 billion viewpoints. Okay, let's say there are more, but let's say there are 8 billion viewpoints. Okay, now let's say that I'm saying that my viewpoint is the right viewpoint. How do I say that? By not accepting other viewpoints, yes? So if I say my viewpoint is the right viewpoint, at that moment I make all the rest, 7 billion point 9, incorrect, yes? What's the
Yeah.
problem? Even if they're incorrect, let's say that you're the genius of all geniuses and your viewpoint is correct and you're right. The problem is that even if you're a genius of all geniuses, if you will not understand them, they will not cooperate with you. If they will not cooperate with you, and a standalone, a genius in a jail is useless because you're actually creating your own jail.
Wow. That is
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, so you really have to understand that the way for you to succeed is to understand more people, because the more you understand people, the more you actually understand people, the more they're willing to assist you. And you don't have to agree with those people, you just need to understand them. So the
Oh,
more people you understand, if you just understand that from the viewpoint of that guy at that time, that was the right thing for him. It was not for you, but you don't agree with that, but you understand. If you really understand that, then you'll see that you can fix the relationship because you will not see anything wrong with that person. I have a way to explain it that I think will help. Um, each person have a viewpoint, yes, and the viewpoint is a kind of something that defines all your abilities and limitations. Okay,
ah,
yeah, the viewpoint is what defines all your abilities and limitations. So let's say that your abilities is all the good things that everyone agree with, and limitation is what people don't agree with. Now, what does it mean, a limitation? A limitation, it's mean something that you cannot do. For example, if you have a limitation that you don't have legs, so you cannot jump, okay? And let's say that I come to you and I say, jump. It would be quite stupid because you don't have legs. It's obvious, yes? That's your limitation. That's part of your viewpoint, yes? If you
yeah.
understand that what this other person doing that you don't like is just he's missing legs, that's his
Wow.
limitation. And you asking him to jump is actually insane. He's not a problem. He just have a limitation. He doesn't have legs. You asking him to jump is the problem. He's not the problem.
Wow.
That's why to fix a relationship, you need one person that understand that each person, including me, including you, including everyone, have a limitation. Some don't have legs, some don't have hands, some don't have eyes. Everyone have a limitation. And if I will ask a blind man to see, it will be ridiculous on me, not on him. And that's what we do in relationship. We cannot accept that that's the viewpoint of the person. He has billion good things and two, three, four limitations, and we make the limitations more important than the abilities, and it's
Wow.
never right. I saw people in jail, the most dangerous, bad people, and when you actually sit with them, you see there's so much good in them. There's so much good in those people that you think, wow. And then I found these amazing people, very rich, very successful, helping, blah, blah, blah. And when you really go close, you find so much bad in them. So you find so much good in the worst of us, and you find so much bad in the best of us, that it will make us insane to evaluate them and not simply understand they have a limitation. That's all. They don't have legs. So that's his legs. He is shouting at you. And this is his missing legs. He's always upset. And this is her missing legs. She never said good morning. Whatever. If
Wow.
you look at that in that view, you see that there is no relationship that you cannot mend or fix. Now, of course, this is to to take this thing and to fix any relationship. It's not enough. It's important. Just that, if you'll understand that, it will help you a lot to actually improve the relationship. I suggest that anyone that watching us will join to the Family Academy, because in the Family Academy, what I do, it's a series of free webinars. That what I do in these webinars, I teach you about your family, and the relationship that applies to your family will apply. The same kind of relationship will apply to your work. The same kind of relationship will apply to what you do with your body. The same thing will apply to what you do with your computer, what you do with your money. Everything is a relationship. Everything is a relationship. So the Family
Wow.
Academy should be called the Family and Relationship Academy. But just to make it easy, we're calling it the
Family academy.
Academy. But it's actually really, it's a family and relationship academy, because what you learn is how to create, maintain, and fix any relationship with anyone and anything. Now, how do you join
Wow.
this family academy? It's on Saturday, and you simply go to my website and you write www.meirezra.com/family. So meirezra.com/family, and you register. And it's on Saturday, July 4th. And it will take about an hour and a half. That after this hour and a half, the way that you would look at your children, the way that you will look at your wife, the way that you look at your partners, the way that you look at your brothers, sisters, the way that you look at your parents will be totally different. You will
Wow.
it will be actually the first time that you will see them.
Wow. That is powerful. That's a very strong statement. Wow. Yeah, I've joined, I've signed up. I've been with you for 4 years. Every webinar is something deeper, something more powerful. I've heard you say the same sentence for 4 years, and last 2 weeks ago, I attended your coronavirus and business seminar, and it just occurred. It just hit me in the right spot. I'm like, whoa! I just get it. Like how you said, spirituality is like if you learn something, you apply it, you get results, and that what I learned from you, it just released and helped all aspects of my business, relationship, why, everything. It's just amazing how, I mean, like, yeah, I know there. I don't have to wait for. I didn't wait for 4 years to get that win, but there are
Yeah,
wins I got within half an hour of meeting you.
yeah,
There are wins. I think it's just the clarity.
yeah,
Like that's one thing I admire in you is that any problem you have the ability to explain it with such clarity that the problem goes away because the like the problem goes away once you have clarity of it, it just goes away. That's amazing how you do that.
thank
It's
thank you, thank you,
wow.
thank you.
Mia, can I ask one question or
Let
just
me
one?
just say, just 1 second. I just want to say hi to more people, many more people that
Oh wow,
joined.
okay.
So Rashimi High, powerful message, focus on production and contribute. Very good. And the Swapna said that she started a watch party, and we have a Facebook user that said, my life has improved so much learning with you. Thank you, Meir. Thank you. And Lisa, such valuable information. Thank you. And Swapna, wow. And Umara, living in a viewpoint gel. So well explained. Thank you. And Swapna, understanding viewpoint has totally been a life changer for me. Thank you, Meir. And Lorna, the mayor, said, thank you for doing this. So thank you. Thank you for interviewing me. And thank you for everyone that watching and listening. And thank you for everyone that will watch the replays. I really appreciate it. If you want to get more data, follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official. And if you have any question, you can private message me, DM me, and I'm always giving the answer. Not necessarily what you like to hear, but what you need to hear.
And one thing is, I know I can't always watch the Facebook Live replay. So what I have noticed that you actually convert them into podcast and you apply it and you upload it there. So that's so helpful. Like when I'm in the shower, when I'm driving, I go back to that Facebook Live episode and I listen to it. And it's so amazing how you're making it easy for getting all the information. So podcast is a great one. I recommend you to subscribe to the podcast.
Thank
That's a
you. Thank you.
lifesaver.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
And we are on all the major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, etc.
wow. Okay. My last question. I know I said last question before, but this is the final last one. Now, the thing which I think is that I started like, so all my clients and all my contacts are going to now, like, it's not just for my clients, even for you, if you're watching, is that at this time you have noticed that your ability to generate income can be taken away by the government, by any decision they made immediately. Then you have suddenly realized that you're helpless. Like you have to wait, you're dependent on somebody else to give you the ability to generate income. Now, I, if if I want to get back the ability to generate income, like whether to get another promotion, quit a job, get another job, or to start a own business, what is the one thing I need to do to get back the ability, the control back to me, so I don't depend on my company, my manager, the economy? What do I do to get back income generating abilities?
So you need to find something that you can help people with.
Ah,
You need to sell something. You need to sell something, yes? Now, what does it mean, salesperson? A salesperson is a person that help the prospect with your product or service, yes? So you need to find something that you can help with. Now, once you find it, the big mistake, don't go and think that you will sell 10 times every week more, or that you'll sell a lot in the first day. There's nothing wrong with selling a lot at the first day, but don't go with that viewpoint. The viewpoint is gradual increase, gradual increase, gradual increase, gradual increase, gradual increase, and this gradual increase is accumulating. And all of a sudden, you will have this big deal. Why? Because the definition of the word success is the sum of all validated improvement. So if you try to go, whoa, I want to do big, I want to do hustle and do this and this, right now, right now, beautiful viewpoint, but it brings you a lot of losses. But if you go and you say, I'm going to do right now an improvement, right now an improvement, right now an improvement, not big deal, just an improvement, before you know it, it will become so big that it will basically be out of control. Me and you know that it's under control, but for everyone else from the outside, it will seem like a miracle. But we know we just created it by orderly progress. We just move one step at a time, acknowledge the improvement, acknowledge improvement, acknowledge improvement, acknowledge improvement. If you acknowledge enough improvements, you will have a genius not to be successful. You cannot be not successful. You just cannot, because success is the sum of all validated improvement. It's not the quality of the improvement, it's the number of improvements. And if you understand that, you find a product, and you just sell 20 cents, it's okay. Another 20 cents, another 21 cents, 23 cents, 24 cents. And I'm talking to you about nothing, 20 cents. I'm really making it really small. And if you improve it 1 cent every day, 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent, one
Wow.
cent every day, more cents, cent here, cent there, 1 cent, 1 cent. All of a sudden, you will see you will have $1 million. Not because you accumulated cents, because something will change, because some wow will happen. Because why you don't have $1 million? Because you don't trust yourself yet that you can bring improvement. Once
Wow.
you actually trust yourself that you can bring improvement, you will bring the big improvement. So
Wow.
all you have to do, ordinary progress, is the secret for success.
Ordinary progress is a secret to success. I love that. It's
One after another, step
wow.
after step after step. Do you know how you, when I was in the after the army, I was climbing the Himalaya somewhere, and we had these porters, and we will start every day in the morning, and we will go up and down, and we will run, 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 and they will go up and down, and they will run, 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 and they will go up and down. And we will go up and down, and they will run, 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 and they will go up and down. And we will go up and down, and they will run, 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 and they will go up and down. And we will go up and down, and they will
Hello.
run, 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 and they will go up and down. And we will go up and down, and they will run, 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 and they will go up and down. And we will go up and down, and they will run, 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 and they will go up and down. And we will go up and down, and they will
Hello.
run, 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 and they will go
Can
up
you
and
hear
down.
me? Mir. I think Mir is in frozen for a minute. He's gonna be back. Okay. He's back, I think. Yes, Mir, you're back. Your audio. I think oh yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes. So something happened. You
You're
hear
back.
me? Okay, good.
Yes.
Excellent. So we would be like that. We will run, 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 and they will go like like continuous steps, not stopping. And we will go up and down, and we will run, and we will wait, and we'll rest, and this and that. Every night, when we will arrive to the next location, they will be there before us.
I know what
Then,
you mean.
like for 1 month, for full month, more than a month, when we climbed the Himalaya, every night they arrived before us.
I know what you mean. I I don't know if I've told you. I have climbed Everest base camp. I've gone up to base camp. I've trekked. I was a qualified mountaineer. I've climbed 21,000 feet. So I've climbed. So like I know the Sherpas, they go slowly, but they are always first. I know what you mean. It's so profound. It's
Amazing.
so amazing.
Unbelievable.
How
And that's life,
wow.
because the number of improvements.
You're so
That's
right.
what,
Oh my God, that's true. Ordinary improvements. Ordinary improvements. Oh yes. Yeah,
that's
I keep looking for extraordinary results, but it's the ordinary
improvement that
progress.
will bring those results. The result, those extraordinary results, at the manifestation of ordinary improvement. You don't actually bring something out of nothing in this physical universe. You do it spiritually. And how you do something out of nothing, you become a spirit, and you decide, I know it's okay, it's happening. Now the physical universe has its own pace. So I'm not a problem. I will put the physical universe at the pace that it can take. And before you know, the physical universe become your slave. And now it can change in a very fast way. And you can make a lot of money very quickly, and you can make $100 million in 3 months. But it didn't happen in 3 months. It didn't happen in 3 months. It happened before that, where I improved and I improved and I improved and I improved and I improved in many areas. And when I got to improving on the business, it seems like I've done it in 3 months. But I was
Wow.
preparing 3 lifetimes.
3 lifetimes. I think we're gonna save that for the next Facebook Live on the next on the your view on life is so amazing. It's gives crystal clear answers and you explain it so elegantly and it's just amazing. And I want to recommend, I want to thank you. And if you're your viewer, I want to urge you to just join Meir on one of his webinars, the family webinar. I'm going to be there, because you may watch it for 190 minutes. If you don't understand even one bit, then it's okay, but watch it once and with an open mind. Like, you know what, I'll tell you what, when you're looking when I look for a Netflix thing to what to watch, I actually search and search for 20, 30 minutes to find one movie. And I
Yeah,
actually willing, I'm sure you do that as well. So when you play the movie which you might want to know, you would give another 20 minutes to see how the movie is. And then if it's good, you will continue to watch or you just stop.
yeah,
So you already spent 40 minutes to look for a good movie. Here is Mere. Spend 90 minutes or just 40 minutes if you want on the webinar. Just give it a shot. You don't have to search for Netflix. It's already chosen for you. You just have to sit in your home and just watch it for 40 minutes. And if you don't like it, don't watch. You
yeah,
can easily quit. It's not. It's in it's a virtual webinar. You can leave anytime if you don't like it. Just attend. I'll be there, and my wife will be there. Gia may be there if she's sleeping. So yes, so I really want you to take a leap of faith, not in Mere, in yourself. Take a leap of faith in yourself that you are strong enough to identify what is right for you. Just watch Mere for 40 minutes and then decide.
yeah,
And that'll be fun. And you'll see how the fun begins.
yeah.
Thank you, Mere. Thank you so
Good.
much
Thank you very
for doing.
much. Thank you for everyone that attending, and thank you for people on the chat. I see Janelle join us and more Facebook users. So thank you for watching. Thank you for Amit and Swapna for arranging everything in the
Wow, they're
background.
amazing.
Unbelievable. You actually, if you're listening to this, you should check Amit and his business, Profound Solutions. Really unbelievable person, coach, businessman, like really the best that you can find. And Shamaya, that actually came up with this whole idea, and without anyone knowing, controls everyone. And Gal and Adari, my two kids that helping me
Wow.
to do all the social media and everything. So thank you everyone, and the most important for everyone that watching, thank you, and I will see you tomorrow again. Bye bye.
Yes. Thank you, Mere. Bye. Take care.
Bye bye.